Okay, so good afternoon and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in today's class. And now we are almost at the end of the syllabus now. Akshay, you can connect with Shabrish one-to-one after this. Okay. Now what we are going to be discuss here is important, and that is basically on these three part: integration, ITBM, ITOM. Practically, it is very tough to show anything on the PDI because need to be installed a lot of plugins, and then it will not fully functional if I install as well. Okay. Plus, the point is that in the ITBM, I can still say that your consulting will be more required. But in the ITOM, if you want to build your career, if you want to go in the ITOM domain, then your technical skills are more required because here you have to be write the code. Okay, but it doesn't mean that ITOM is bad. ITOM is good. It's a hot cake in the market and a lot of companies are hiring for ITOM. That is the first part. Okay, but again, it's required a background understanding of a infrastructure as well. So this integration this integration and ITOM, or I can say mid server, or these three are totally different topics. Let's understand something about the integration. Yesterday we started with the integration, so I'll not go in the depth. Now, what is mid server and why I put this in a red color specifically? Because whenever you go for the, what I can say, integration part, or whenever you talk about the ITOM, mid server is always be a key player in that. Okay, it's called as a mid. It's called as mid because mid means between. It's like a bridge, but this mid is actually called the MID. In actual world, it's called the MID because it has a different. These three words have a different meaning. Manage infrastructure, something is there. Let me tell you what is the full form of mid server. Management, instrumentation, and discovery. What this mean? It will help you to all your contacts from one part to the other part. What is the one and other part? I'll tell you. Instrumentation, taking the information from one place and giving to the other place. That is the instrumentation, or picking up from the other place and giving to you is the another point. And discovery, and help to you to get the data from there. Okay, so let's say what ServiceNow say here about the mid server. This is what ServiceNow give us. Generally, here is the mid server exist. Okay, why this thing is required for the discussion? Because let's say Pulkit is staying in a big society. That society has 15-20 towers, but entry gate is one, a big entry gate, and thousands of people are staying in that society. If I want to be enter in that society, I'm not allowed. I need something in between, or I need some escort who can take me and drop me at your house. Okay, or I can say in the IT world, this is my system. Let me show you on the paint. Let's say this is my customer, company LNG. LNG company. Okay, and this is customer, and this is service provider. Okay, this is customer, this is service provider. Now I need to interact or I need to be get the infrastructure detail of this particular company. This company has an agreement or this company has a contract with LNG that you need to manage my infrastructure. Now, if I say need to manage my infrastructure, I need to know that how many things you have. Like if I say are the agencies who say, sir, if you want to give a flat on rent, give to us everything we will manage. Your all furniture, getting tenant, adding or creating your rent transfer, maintenance agreements, we will do. Okay, we will do. But to do that part, that agency says, sir, first tell me what you have in your house. How many things you have? So you have, if you're giving rent on rent, you have 2 beds, 2 bedroom, furniture, AC, cooler, fridge, TV, bed, beddings, plates, bowls, oven, microwave, everything they count. Now to get that information, that particular person need to be entered in my house. Now I'm worried. Maybe that person will come. He's not the right person. He can see anything and can make a problem at my house later on. The same thing happened here. Customer says, sorry, I cannot allow you to be interact with my infra directly. Sorry, it is not allowed. Okay, it's like this. It is not allowed. I said, if you're not allowing me to enter in your house, how I will manage your infrastructure? Then this says, let's do one thing. This is bring something in between. This is not in between, something like this. Just to understand like this. And this round one is called the mid server. It is a server. It means I need to install this in the customer premises. And it is a small Java application, nothing else, not a big thing. It is a very, very minute thing, minute code, but it play a very vital role. Now, in this case, what will happen? If now I need to be enter in Gro's house, then I'll go to mid server, give information to mid server here, go and check how many tables they have. Mid server take that information, go here, bring the information and give back to me here. So this is what mid server do. It's work only that it take information. Here in LNG we have a ServiceNow as well, because I'm using a tool called ServiceNow. So ServiceNow send a request to mid server read that request, send to this house. In this house it get the executed, get the result back to ServiceNow. This is what the mid server do. So now let's see here. So this is it has been used for the integration purpose, which we see yesterday. Okay, ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration is still, I can say, without mid server you can possibly do, but if you want to do, even though not allowed, every company says, every customer says, no, you have to be do the, if you want to come to my house, please use something in bridge. Orchestration called the automation. How you can automate the process. Discovery is something new, which we discuss, and how it's do. So you can see here. This is ServiceNow. This is firewall. It's my firewall. It's go here, go to mid server, get the information and bring back and come here. And think who work this and this execution part. is a line degree. This is called the ECC queue. This one, ECC queue. External communication channel. So this ECC queue contains a lot of information which go to the mid server, pass it, bring it, and come back to ServiceNow. Okay. Now the thing is that how it's look like. Let me show you how the picture I'm showing how it will look like. So good. So like this. Let me give ServiceNow. This is, you can see. So I'm here. This is your company credential, my company, where I'm sitting at point of time. It send a request by HTTPS, mid server go, pick up the request and send it to the customer. Yes, our customer infrastructure. Yes, this is one a good example. Which is the next topic we're going to be discussed. This is called the LDAP. Okay, so you can see here, this is my ServiceNow. This is my customer environment. The best example given by ServiceNow to understand the mid server. Or the mid server is not anywhere. Mid server is in the customer instance only. Customer infra mein hi hoga wo bhi. Okay, this is the basic purpose of the mid server. For time being, this is what we need to be understand. Now let's see what is LDAP. Okay, LDAP stands for the Light Directory Active Protocol. Something is let me see, something that I forget the meaning. LDAP full form. Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. Now let me tell you that what is this LDAP or what is this Active Directory mean here? Because unless you will not understand, you will not able to get this idea. Okay, in every company I'm saying, either a big company or a small company, every company has a software that is called the Active Directory, or an application called the Active Directory, or a tool called the Active Directory. The Active Directory contain your information, your name, your department, your I'm not saying personal information, no. Personal also can be there, but I can say as of now, for the business perspective, your name, your department, your manager, and which group you belong. That information contained in the Active Directory. Earlier it was on-prem. Now everybody is moving to the Azure AD. Azure clouds, they are moving for the Active Directory. But Active Directory is basically for the two purpose. Number one, to store this thing, user information, and to store group information. That's all, nothing else you can get it here. And this is the very basic integration in ServiceNow. Everything is given by ServiceNow here. So what we do via this LDAP, that let's say this is my customer area and I am implementing ServiceNow for them. For the customer to whom I'm working, they have 1 lakh employees in their company. Now it is very bad if I create 1 lakh account in this ServiceNow, and maybe 1 lakh for the 1 lakh user, they have 5 lakhs groups. I need to get the 5 lakh groups as well. That is wrong. So what the industry best practice says, that we will integrate ServiceNow and the AD. If any user, let's say tomorrow I'm leaving a company, I'm going to join some other company, then my company security person or my company AD person, they will unlock my account in AD. If they unlock it here, I am not able to access any other system. Like when you resign from a company and your last working day has been done, it means immediately they never delete your record. Now, as per the GDPR in the European countries, they have a rule, but at least as per my experience in India, they never delete your account. They deactivate your account immediately as soon as you leave from the company. 6 o'clock, आपका last working day है शाम को. By the time your account will get locked. Now, lock means if I'm locking it here, it means I'm passing this information from here to ServiceNow as well. Now you cannot access the ServiceNow or any other tool as well. So from the LDAP, so now if you see, come here and you can write LDAP. This one. So ServiceNow provide the default modules of the LDAP. So in this fundamental, the purpose is that, let me come here. In the LDAP, what happened? We will create a data sources and we send it information to the mid server. What in this mid server we say, go to the user table and get is any user has been created newly. If yes, please bring back, put in the import set. From the import set, I'll put the transfer map the transfer map, I add in the user to the user table, group to the group table. This thing we know. This complete section we know. Transfer map, import set we know. The only thing is that now we are getting the data from the external parties, external tools. Whenever you talk in the ServiceNow world, we never say that I'm going to do integration with the ServiceNow with the other tool. We say ServiceNow and the third party tools we are going to be integrated. Any other tool with whom you are going to be integrated is called a third party tool. OK, so if you come here and see, ServiceNow provide me everything, LDAP servers, because every company must have a LDAP server like this. And they have a data sources as well. In the data sources, they mention one for user, one for group. In the data sources, I mentioned that in which particular table you need to be go and bring the data for me. And to do this part, we can use LDAP, JDBC, REST, anything we can use. So it says go bring the data and put in the LDAP import table. And target table is a sysuser table. This is what the transfer map we are doing. Simple. So the reason why we will be discussing this point, because at least in the interview you can say that you have little idea on that part. You watch any video on the LDAP service integration, it is very basic. I'm telling fundamentally same which we discussed yesterday, table level mapping, field level mapping. There's nothing will be changed in the fundamentals. But LDAP specifically because it is required for the basics. Nowadays it come in the basics that you as a developer should know that how these two things are integrated. And also we say if any record get deleted, updated in this part, the same will be happen here. So for me, companies, customers Active Directory is a source of truth. Maybe a company has a multiple tools, maybe ServiceNow, maybe BMC Remedy, maybe Salesforce as well, maybe SAP as well. So all other tools also have integrated with the AD because सबको access करने के लिए तो एक ही user है ना, वो चीज. Now the problem, now what is the next part come here? Atul, let's say, okay, I'll give you one, I'll give you an example. Everybody has a smartphone. If you purchase a new phone and you log in with your email ID, what happened? In a few minutes, you get everything back which was available in the previous phone. All the apps, email, Gmail, Outlook, or Gmail, YouTube, you get it back quickly in the new phone and you're just able to log in. And this concept is called the SSO, single sign on. Single sign on means, now let's say I'm working in a company and my company has 10 portals, one for HR, one for IT, one for finance, one for marketing, one for sales, one for trainings, kind of things. Now, if I need to be remember the password for this 10 portal, I go mad. Then companies, what company says, okay, let's make it as a SSO enabled. I still remember when I joined my first company in 2009 in Accenture, we have two passwords. Not two, we have 3 passwords. First password to log in into the laptop. Second password to open the Outlook. And third password to access the different websites or the internal portals of the company. But now the technology is so much progress, the SSO has been so much progress that now as soon as I log in into my laptop, I can access any portal in my company. No need to be put any other password. And recently I heard that now companies are moving in the passwordless environment. You don't need to be even enter the password as well. There's some mechanism in the background which you done and you can log into the system. Passwordless as well. Can you imagine that if there's a passwordless, then the meaning of the password is gone. Over. So this concept is called the SSO. To enable the SSO, it is not done in the AD. No, this SSO should be done in a specific tool. Like if I want that if any user who is be part of this particular AD and want to be use ServiceNow, then I have to be enable the SSO for that in the plugin. So as of now, I don't have any. I did not install the plugin for SSO. So we can install a plugin of the SSO. Generally, not generally, it's a standard practice now. Every company who is going to be use any tool, I'm not talking about the ServiceNow. You use ServiceNow, any tool which in your company are going to be used, you have SSO enabled, because who will remember the passwords? 5, 10, 15 passwords, who will remember? I need something which I can just click one and done. So this can be done via SSO. Easy one-time activity. When we enable this plugin, we need to be just give a path that from where it should check the SSO file and be done. Again, purpose of telling so that tomorrow specifically this is not Shabrish already have this idea, I'm sure, because he's in industry for a good time now. Specifically Pulkit, Ujjwal, Garima and Akshat for you. Tomorrow you say, hey, or tomorrow someone say, Pulkit, please log in with the SSO. You should not be confused that what is the meaning of the SSO. It is not only the ServiceNow domain I'm saying. It is generally you are going to be using the company level. When you get laptop, when you get desktop something, you just have one password and you log in here. So this is what example of SSO. So like if I ask you, do you have two different password, one for Gmail and one for the YouTube? No. Why? Because both are the linked together. It's a SSO enabled. This is what the purpose of SSO. It is good as well. It is bad as well somewhere. So this is the purpose of keeping or giving you the basic idea that how this SSO there. We can, if you want, we can enable it. We can read, but again, from the very basics perspective, it is not much for you to be going the depth. Basic information I'm giving. That is I added few concepts as an advance. Sometimes maybe you feel Atul sir koi baat hai that you are saying advanced, but you're not telling anything, because if we go in deep, you will डूब जाओगे उसमें फिर. ठीक है. So this was the concept of the SSO. Now come to the ITOM. ठीक है. We are not going fast. I'm trying to build a story so that you can understand. Now let's take an example. In the beginning, approximately 10-15 years back, if I need to take any medicine from the medical store, I go there and I say, boss, this is prescription and can you give me this medicine? What that person do? He will go in the bag and see in which drawer, in which shelf he put that medicine and then give it to me. And now what happened? If you go to any good medical store, which has a specific chains as well, if you say this is my what I can say prescription, so he will check on the laptop and tell to his colleague or the executive, hey, on the second drawer, second column, this medicine is there, please bring it. Now, this is what the discovery says here. It is a basic example to understand that part. Let's take example. Okay. Again, here in ServiceNow, we are not doing anything in this part. Nothing. Okay. Let's say we 6 people are there in a call. We say, yeah, let's build our own company. I said, okay. We put our funds and we started our company. 6 people, we ordered 6 laptops and we got our laptop. I told to Shabrish, can you manage these assets? हाँ तो ठीक है ना. So Atul laptop number 01, Pulkit 02, Ujjwal 03, Shabrish 04, Akshat 05, Garima 06. ठीक है. Tomorrow from 6 we grow to 10. 4 more people has been added. 7, 8, 9, 10. Shabrish can easily remember on the fingers which laptop number which person having. If it become 10 to 20, he's still able to manage it. But when this number become 20 to 200 or 2000 or the 2 lakh, it is going to be tough for Shabrish to remember everything on the part. Now, if you notice, I'm sorry to say, but definitely you did not notice this point till date because you are not in the industry. But now what happened that everybody has every company has a remote employees joining from home, getting laptops, desktops, all the accessories, and you join from there. Now company also makes sure that my employee's laptop should be 100% compliance. All the required patches should be installed on the time. So earlier what happened? We got an email from IT team. We go to the IT department, they take my laptop, install the patches and say, okay, go. But now 2 lakhs people, 2 million people, if I invite everybody in the office, it's a mess. Then what to do? Here the discovery come in the picture. So let me show you the discovery here. This part. Okay. So what it says, discovery says is basically in the layman or Hindi में मतलब क्या है discovery का खोज के लेके आओ. ठीक है. So what we say, if I go here in the example, because this is what I was looking for. Okay. Mid server discovery. This is what ServiceNow says. Good. Okay, good. So now in my company, 200 people or 300 people are working and they're across India. Okay. Now I need some mechanism to know that which window, which RAM, which memory, which patch has been installed in a particular system or a particular person or a particular employee. If being a IT manager, Shabrish will send an email to 200 people, maybe 200 people will not reply back to him. Or people say, sorry, I don't know that how to check the patch, how to check the memory, how to check the RAM. Then we run a discovery part. We send a job, we send a request in a network and see that how many are connected with my network or my domain specifically. See, now another question comes, Matul, you're working from home and you're using some other internet connection. Then how we'll check that you're connected with my laptop or something, or you're using the company laptop, or your company laptop is 100% compliance or no. So these are the things has been discovered or covered in the discovery part. So in the discovery, normally what says, I need to be now, if I take this example again, I need to be find out the how many servers has been installed in this particular company. So I will send a request which go to the mid server, and from mid server it go to my this part and see how many servers are there. But now the question come, Atul, server can be multiple types. Very much right. So now let me try to put discovery steps. If I can open it quickly, because it is very good. Discovery basics नहीं मुझे करना. हाँ ठीक है, ये right. This is what I'm looking for. ठीक है. तो डिस्कवरी ना दो तरह से होती है. एक होता है हॉरिजॉन्टल और एक होता है वर्टिकल. अगेन these are two technical terms, guys. Understand as much as you can. Don't take stress. सर समझ में नहीं आ रहा पूरा, कोई बात नहीं. No, not a problem. Just giving you a flavor that you should know that this particular concept is in also market. Ujjwal and Pulkit, if you have any issue, go and talk to your cousin. He is expert in this area. He's working for a long time in this ITOM domain. So he can help you to understand that how this thing's working. Okay, now let's come here. So discovery is a two type, horizontal and the top down. Now, if you see here, let me come and let me open a incident. Okay. Do we have any CI here? Let's see this and open this particular part. Now, if you see the dependency graph, adequate dependency graph in here, this cover. I want some big, let me open some service offering. Let's see if it has some graphics. No. Okay, no problem. If you see that this is my CI and it has a many relationship as well. So what we do in the discovery part specifically, in the horizontal, we build or we get the information like in this manner, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. It's called the horizontal. जो सीधी line होती है वो horizontal होते हैं, right? It's not showing, but it's like a this one. ठीक है? This is called the horizontal like this. Sorry, this is called the vertical. This is all the horizontal like this, like this, like this. Let me try to pick up something with. Classes is one of करते हैं. and run. अरे डमी डाटा में कुछ भी नहीं है यार मेरे पास. That is it's a problem. Okay, नहीं होगा. ठीक है. So horizontal basically we do this thing. कि how the parallel lines are be connected, and top down means how this particular part is related to this particular application. So again, little complicated to understand, but horizontal, which we say that finding the computers in this particular line, like this manner, like this manner. Top down, when you try to build a relationship that how this CI is related with the other CI. Let me see on the change as well. Anything there? Like this. Let me load. Let me show you this dependency graph, because why with the help of the dependency graph. So discovery help you to create the dependency graph automatically. This is what the benefit of this particular thing here. This one. So now this is a vertical one. If you see horizontal, this is a horizontal one. Let me pick up other change and open it. Single layer रुक जाओ. Good. This is good. So in the horizontal, we find out like this कि ये और ये कहाँ पर है. But in the vertical, this relationship get built up. This one depends on used by. This is what the relationship is here. So horizontal find out these information 1, 2, 3, and 4. But top-down approach build this relationship as well. And that is the reason it is called as a service mapping as well. This is called the service mapping, that how this CI is related with the other CI or the other services. So now if in my company 500 servers are there or 2000 networks are there, with the help of discovery, I can find out. But here are few terms need to be understood. Discovery has 3 major components: probe, sensor, and pattern. In the simple meaning, if I say probe means उंगली करना, probe pop करना उसको बार बार. So probe says to identify, to find out that what type of infra you are. Are you a server? Are you a network? Are you a database? What type of infra you are? That is called the probing here. And sensing, to sense that part. Oh, how the sensor work? Okay, if I give example, my wife told go to market and bring this cosmetic thing for me. Okay, and she says when you go to the center or the city market, in the left side on that particular roundabout. On the left side, there's a shop. Go and get this cosmetic item from there. This is the pattern she gave me. Go to the roundabout, take a left and ask to that particular shop. There is a pattern and I'm sensing it that it is the right pattern I'm achieving. If yes, then I go to the shop and say, hey, what type of cosmetic items you have? This is what the pattern do. So if you want to build a career in this particular domain in ITOM, then you need to be write the patterns. It's a pure technical part. You have to be write the patterns only. OK, so this is what is important here. So probing, sensor and patterns are the three major components of the particular thing. OK, and then how the discovery work. Only these things we will discuss, not much. Scanning, classification, identification, and the exploration. Even when I started reading or working on this part, these things was one thing which I learned or remember till date. Like in ServiceNow for the global search, we have a Zing, Z-I-N-G, but now service in the utility ServiceNow release a new feature called the AI search enabled. So you can replace Zing as well. So in the discovery, we have a Shazam. It is a technique which help you to do the probing. OK, for example, if Shazam find a device that respond on the port 135, it find out. So what does scanning do? With the help of the Shazam technique, it go to the customer infrastructure and scan. It is a Windows server, it is a Unix server, it is a Linux server, it is a database, it is a X database, it is a Y database. First, they scan it. Once they scan, they classify it. But I said, go to the market and bring the coffee mugs. So you scan that by seeing a cup, you will understand that it is a coffee mug, it is a juice mug. Then once you get the scanning, then you go for the classification. OK, which says that if discovery find device or computer send additional probe to find out type of device. Key which model you have installed on yourself. Like I find out it's a Windows server. Then I will see what type of Windows server you are. Windows 2012, 16, 18, 98, what do you have? And this is called the classifiers. And in these 4 steps, you have to write the code. So in short, if I say discovery is nothing, discovery which you instruct to the your ECC queue is the discovery. वो जाएगा ढूंढ के लेके आएगा मेरे लिए, बस इतना है. मुझे मैन्युअली नहीं जाना पड़ेगा, जाकर ढूंढ के लेके आएगा. Remember the example of that chemist. Now chemist just check on the on his screen. I tell you one example. In UK, I go to one medical store. OK, so I never see that they are getting, because here these things are very carefully people keep it. So they put the command in the computer, and in the background in the medical in the background of store, there is a machine. That machine read that medicine name, go to the shelf, pick up the medicine and throw down in that particular bucket, and then it delivered to me. This is what the code they have written. Now after classification, it's a identification. To identify. What to identify? Discovery, try to gather more information. Same example, I go to buy a coffee mug. In a shop, I see a lot of mugs out there. First, I will scan. It is a coffee mug? Yes. OK, these are the mugs. Chalo, ye yahan par ho gaya. Then I classify. This is a coffee mug, this is a juice mug, this is a milk mug. Then I am identifying that I should make sure that it is actually a coffee mug and it is for me only. Then I'm going to use the identification. What attributes it has? It has one handle, it is deep in the bottom, and a divider on the top, born China, designing and all things will be there. These come in the identification. It is a time when you're getting the information, more attributes we're getting. And last, exploration. Means in this part, you get the complete information and you start more exploring that how this relationship can be built. This one. These things are coming in the exploration part. That how these two are being interrelated. This. So discovery is completely technical part. And it's a very wider module. It's not only discovery. In this ITOM part, we have this thing as well. If you see, we have an event management as well. Another awesome topic, but I have no idea on that part. But these things, if you get a chance to be learn or the work, please don't miss the chance. It is very good if you're getting option now. Okay. Any doubt? Any question? Good. Now let's take a small part of the topic called the ITBM. These are small, so I'm not keeping a lot of things here. Okay. So if you notice that we have done IT resources, we have done customer, we have done HR employees, we have done this thing. GRC we done or not done? Anybody idea we have done the GRC or not? Governance is GRC done now? Yes or no? Guys, any idea? Come on, say yes or no. I'll check in my part. No problem. I said it's done, but not done. I'll pick up it tomorrow. So now in the ITBM, what happened? I want to build something, and this I want to build something is called the idea. Okay. Now when you're working in a company, now every company has a kind of a rules in their environment. They send an email to their employees. Guys, give us the innovation idea so that we can improve. And to keep that track of the ideas, ServiceNow said, don't worry, I'm here. So let me show you a picture of to understand this part. This one. So now there's a no concept called the ITBM. It has been renamed and it's called the strategic portfolio. No, yes, it's not. It's ITBM, but under this there's a concept called the strategic portfolio management, SPM. Okay, but how this thing work? It's work from here. Let me show you. I have an idea. Okay, and these are the different modules in ServiceNow. I have an idea, like people who are going to the Shark Tank, what they have just idea. And they present that idea to the demand team. It means there's a demand module in ServiceNow available where you can keep a track. Like Pulkit says to his father, let's buy a bike. It's an idea. And he put that idea in his family. Now, if Pulkit wants that idea should be accepted, then he need to put a business case. He needs to put the benefits. He need to put the efforts, he need to put the cost. Then he need to do the assessment. If I take bike and tomorrow or after 1 year, if I'm going out from my city to some other city for a job or something, what will happen to the bike? Who will drive it? Who will take it? Who will ride it? Other things will be there. So you do the assessment here. This is called the demand management. It is very early for you, very early for you guys. But again, intention to put in your mind so that you know that these things also exist in the market. Once a demand approved, it become a project. Now, Shabrish is working in a project. I'm working in a project. So what we do, we are working in a project where our management tracking our time, tracking the project financials, because they have an agreement with the customer that for this resource, this much payment we will do. To track that part, ServiceNow said, don't worry, you can use project financials as well as application. And yesterday we see agile, right? You can use the agile stories, sprints, kind of things. And once this has been done, it become a product. And then product has a enhancements or then again an idea. In short, because we reset our PDI, so otherwise I already installed these many modules in my PDI. The normal purpose, simple purpose of telling is that in the ITBM, it is basically for the project managers. like people like Ashish or Deepak, it is good for them because they're on that experience where they'll be leading or dealing in the projects. So application portfolio says that what I'm providing, my financial modeling, how much money I have to build this capability to sell this particular service, and then demand, resourcing, how many people I need to run a project. In a single company, multiple projects are running it at a given point of time. How the people manage the resources. So ServiceNow says you can use the resource management from my side. We fill every Friday, we fill the time cards. You can do the time cards in the this as well. And to link the time card with the agile user story, how much time you're spending the user story, the same time should go into the time card. This is what. But overall picture is this, that ITBM is a separate module. If you see here, let me show you this much. It is a separate module and it is used by the big shots, by the project managers. Neither I use any time in my experience as of now. Yes, agile we're using, stories, sprints we're using, even not time cards. Because a lot of things need to be set up. Like if I say I have to be set up the application portfolio, that what services I am providing or what services added in my domain, then I have to be get the complete picture here. So ServiceNow provide a portal for the idea as well. Again, as we don't have a plugin installed, let me see if I have something here. No, nothing I have installed here. So they provide the portal here. Then from portal, it's go to the demand, where stakeholders are be there, assessments has been done. Reject, over, picture out, accepted, move to the project. Complete project planning होता है, right? Initiation होता है उसका, then development होता है, then delivery होता है, then उसका execution होता है, at last उसका closure होता है. So all the things you can track in this particular area, and to track that part you can use ServiceNow different modules. This is what the purpose of this particular concept here. It's very early. इतना भी अगर clear होता ना mind में, that's will be fine for us. Okay. Any doubt, any question, any clarification anybody has? No doubt, no question. Let me see if I can install anything quickly. चलो ठीक है. Let's have a class test. Let me bring my paper. I'm giving you few questions. Okay. Because for today it's enough. So these topics has been done. Are you sure that we did not done this part GRC, right? Anybody has any idea? Have we done or not? Policy and all the things. No, we did not done. Huh? नहीं हुआ ना? हाँ, right. I remember it's not done. ठीक है, we will discuss it tomorrow. It's a very good topic. This thing, mobile app and virtual agent. It's again for the small one. Okay. Now I have a question. Okay. It's not a question, but you can. I'm giving you some options, or I'm giving you some scenarios in the practical life which we have to do. Let me go here and let me click on the open. I want that whenever I open the priority, whenever I open my incident, okay, by default, it should be sorted with the priority, not by the number. You can see it's by default it's a number, right? I want whenever I click here, open, it should sort by the priority, not by the number. Any idea where we can do this thing? Any idea? Check this option, because this is sometimes common ask from the customer that I want with the created date only, not by the number. Why should I come here and click on this open by? By default, I want this only. Second part. I'm giving this practical question, and this can be asked in the interview. Believe me, for the fresher, these are the common question can be asked. Okay. Second part, if you see that critical is coming as a red, I want planning should be coming as a green, 3 should be coming as a yellow, and 2, there's now 2 as a coming as a this one, 2 should be coming as a blue. How I can do that part from where it is becoming? Again question. I have example. And also, let's say if I open an incident in the other window, here I want, if it is a priority 1, let's say this, it should be red in the background. I want this should be red in the background. I have no answers for this. You guys need to find out the answers, and I need this answer before closure of this patch. So get some idea on that. But these are the very easy things. Okay. Now third point. I want this configuration item should be hyperlink. When I click on this configuration item, it should take me some other page. Like if you click here on the priority, right? Like this. It is taking me on this particular page. Similar, I need it here. That configuration item should be hyperlinked. It should not be like this. It should be hyperlink underscore. Because this is also one of the ask, one of my project in my one of the client. Okay. Okay. Clear? यहाँ तक clear the questions? कोई doubt? Please. These questions are very basics and it can be asked in the interview, guys. So don't think that I'm just doing it for the time pass. I found this question in the different places and then I noted down for you guys. Okay. Last point. I'm here now. By default, it is a 20. I want by default, it should be 100. I can do manually. I can go here. I can do show as 100. But I want as soon as I click on this all, it should show me 100. That's become 75 because I already done that part. But I need it should be default as 100. How I can do that? But because I do it manually here, I go here. If I click on this 15, I can see 15. But I want it should be show me the 100 by default. How I can do this part? Okay, and last point. Let me open this. I forget that we have questions as well. Form layout. Not here, sorry. Layout. Configure form design or something. Let me see. There's a concept called formatter. Let me check here. Because when I was doing this ITSM preparation, that time this concept came in the picture. What is formatter? So it is kind of a, so you can see format is a form element used to display the information that is not a field on the record. And the formatter by configuring the form. So we have these many formatters. Let's say here now activity formatter is there. But activity is there, but okay, there's nothing on the formatter. Let's say, do we have the type of the formatter? No. Read about this formatter. It is very important concept. What is formatter? Is a form element that used to display information. I was having some question. Let me see what question I have. And activity formatter. I need to see that what exactly I mentioned here. But this was a concept which I was thinking to talk to you guys. Okay, this is an activity formatter. Let's see, do we have anything like this formatter here? Yes, system UI formatters here. So these are the different formatters. Read about this. Attached knowledge. So in the task, it means something this we're talking. Attached knowledge like this, where we have. I guess this is the attached knowledge part, something. So read about this particular concept, that how this formatter work. Type formatter component. It is a good concept. It will help you in the system UIs as well. So these are the practical questions which I find out and I want to be discussed with you guys. Any doubt, any question, any clarification required now? Okay, good. Let me stop the recording and take a quick attendance now.